Top 10 Underrated Anime on Crunchyroll. There's a lot of anime series out there, so many in fact that it's no surprise that quite a few gems get hidden. Well, worry not, because we're here to unearth those hidden gems and show you some underrated anime that deserves a little bit of love. If you're looking for a great series that you might have not seen before, then stick around, as we're about to give you the top 10 underrated anime that you can watch on Crunchyroll. Number 10. Kotoura-San. Kicking off our list is a kind of supernatural high school anime called Kotoura-San. This sweet story revolves around a girl called Haruka Kotoura, who has the ability to read minds. Unable to control what she hears, she is called a creepy and monstrous person by her classmates, as well as her parents. After accidentally revealing that her parents were cheating on each other, they abandoned Kotoura with her grandfather. With such a terrible childhood, Kotoura promises never to let anyone get close to her again, for fear of them abandoning her. However, this promise is soon broken when she transfers schools and meets Yoshihisa Manabe, a boy who finds her power incredible. After learning about her traumatic childhood, Manabe promises never to leave her side, even if it does mean that he'll have to try to keep his perverted thoughts under control. With more people soon befriending Kotoura, she starts to experience what it means to be accepted, as well as learning how to open herself up along the way. This heartfelt and charming anime has definitely gone under the radar, but if you're after a coming-of-age story with a bit of angst, then this is for you. Number 9. Strike the Blood. On a man-made island in the middle of the Pacific Ocean is an island completely dedicated to the housing and research of all sorts of magical creatures, from spirits and demons to vampires. All sorts of unusual and mythical creatures roam the island. One boy, Kojo Akatsuki, has a fateful encounter one day that leaves him with the remarkable abilities of a vampire. Only he's not just a normal vampire, but the world's most powerful one. Worried for the safety of the world, an apprentice sword shaman called Yukina Himaragi is sent to monitor Kojo and, if necessary, kill him. Forced together, the two form an unlikely bond and work together to protect Itogami Island from various emerging chaotic forces who wish to do it harm. Full of cool fights and an interesting story, Strike the Blood is a fun anime packed with excitement that you don't want to miss. Number 8. Braves of the Six Flowers. Now I know what you're thinking. More anime about magic people fighting demons? And yes, while it is a bit of a cliche, Braves of the Six Flowers is still a fun-filled anime, definitely worth the watch. The story follows 6 people known as Braves, who have been chosen by the goddess of fate to protect the world from the demon god, which seeks to destroy it. Adlert Meyer, the self-proclaimed world's strongest man, is chosen to be one of the Braves. But when he and Princess Nashitanya finally meet up with the other heroes, something isn't right. There are 7 altogether. With time not on his side, Adlert has to try and figure out who the imposter is while trying to defeat the demon god. Will he manage it, or will the demon god finally destroy the world? You'll just have to watch to find out. Kind of a problem here. If you guys don't like this video, Senpai won't notice me. Oh, phew. Thanks for clicking like. I'm sure he'll look at me now. Number 7. Psychic Squad. The Unlimited Hyobu Kyosuke. Who doesn't love a good supernatural anime? Well, if that's what you're looking for, then look no further, as Psychic Squad is here. Kyosuke Hyobu is an Esper who was betrayed many years ago. Now one of the most powerful people around, he often comes across as cold and mean, even though in reality, he has a very big heart. He has made it his life goal to save Espers, who are mistreated by humans, through any means necessary. Through his determination and care, he has managed to save a number of people and gain their loyalty, while also creating a group by the name of Pandra. But when something more dangerous begins to unfold, it's up to Kyosuke to protect the ones he cares about before it's too late. Even though Psychic Squad has another series, it's not as gritty or serious as this one. So if you're after something with a bit more drama, then this is the one for you. Number 6. 91 Days. Now for those of you who love a good gritty gangster story, you can do no better than the severely underrated anime 91 Days. It's got drama, it's got mystery, and it's got badass characters who fight for what they want, no matter the cost. The story follows Angelo Lagusa. As a child, he witnessed a traumatic tragedy when his parents and younger brother were mercilessly slaughtered by the Venetti Mafia family. Losing everything he held dear, Angelo decides to leave his hometown, along with his name behind, and adopt a new identity of Abilio Bruno. 7 years later, later, he receives a mysterious letter, prompting him to return to his hometown. With the chance for revenge at hand, Angelo quickly immerses himself in the seedy world of the mafia, with the goal to put an end to his family's murderers one by one. Set in the Prohibition era, 91 Days tells the heart-wrenching story of a man who's lost everything, struggling to avenge his lost loved ones, as well as make sense of his new life. But as people say, vengeance is a slippery path, and one that will eventually catch up to you in the worst of ways. Number 5. Ascendance of a Bookworm. We're diving into the world of isekai anime now, and I know, lately this genre has been done to death, but this anime isn't really like the rest. Ascendance of a Bookworm might start out like any other isekai anime, with the main character, Urano Motosu, being reincarnated into a different body, in a different world, after dying in her normal one. But where this anime differs is with the story it tells and the characters used to tell it. Urano had a deep love of books, and was training to become a librarian, before an unfortunate accident befell her, now reincarnated as a 5-year-old sickly girl called Mai. Living in the medieval era, instantly thinks of all the books that she will read, only there aren't that many around. Determined to continue her passion, Mine sets out to write her own books, and proves that books are one of the best things in the world. This isekai slice of life is a charming series that is fun to watch, and will have you loving it in no time at all. Number 4. Time of Eve. With how technology is advancing these days, it wouldn't be surprising if actually we had a scenario like that of the anime Time of Eve, where android housekeepers have become commonplace. Under the influence of the Robot Ethics Committee, androids are treated the same way as commonplace household appliances, such as toasters and kettles, by all but a few of society. These few are known as androidholics, and treat the machines like any other normal person. Rikuo Sakisaka was brought up to accept society's ideas about androids, but one day he discovers a strange message in his android's activity logs, which leads him to Inojikan, a cafe with only one rule: there must be no distinction between androids and humans. Curiosity leads Rikuo to learn more about the shop and unearth the reason behind his android's peculiar behavior. A slice-of-life anime with a few more serious moments in it, Time of Eve is a beautiful story about what it means to be human. Number 3. Hinamatsuri. If you like espers, and if you like gangster mafia animes, then you're gonna love Hinamatsuri, a combination of the two. This out-of-this-world anime is full of hilarious moments that will have you gasping for breath. Yoshifumi Nita is a Yakuza member who loves antique vases. One day while he is shopping for a prized vase, a large peculiar capsule suddenly materializes and falls on his head. Inside the capsule is a young girl who calls herself Hina, and who tells Nita that she has immense powers. Faced with no other choice, Nita becomes the strange girl's caregiver. After she ends up helping him out with a rival Yakuza gang, Nita realizes that she might actually be a valuable asset in his Yakuza business. That's if she doesn't use her powers on him first. This crazy, funny, and unpredictable anime is not one to pass over. Number 2. Golden Kamuy. In the early 1900s in Hokkaido, after the Russo-Japanese War, Saichi Sugimoto, otherwise known as Sugimoto the Immortal, for his death-defying acts in battle, endlessly pants for gold in order to fulfill a promise to his deceased friend. That promise? To look after and support the man's family. One day, a drunken man tells Saichi a story of a man who murdered a group of Ainu for their gold. Before he was arrested, he hid the gold somewhere in Hokkaido and tattooed the map on several of his cellmates in exchange for a share of the treasure. Not thinking much of the tale, Saichi continues on with his life. That is until he finds the drunken man's body with the tattoos described in the story. Now determined to find the treasure, Saichi teams up with a young Ainu girl called Asurpa, and together they venture into the unknown in search of the gold that will change their lives. A masterpiece in terms of writing and story, this is one of the most underrated series out there. It's almost time for our number 1 most underrated anime on Crunchyroll. But before we tell you, don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons to keep up to date with Anime Dive for more great content. Finally taking the top spot for our most underrated anime that you can watch on Crunchyroll is the brilliant series Mushi-shi. Mushi are the most basic life forms in the world. They exist without any goals or any understanding of good or evil. They are able to exist in countless forms and even mimic things from the natural world, such as plants, diseases, and even things like rainbows. But not much else is known about these strange beings. That's why Ginko, a Mushi-shi, travels the world in search of Mushi, in order to understand their place in the world. After all, it could lead to the meaning of life itself. This relaxed-paced anime is one of the most beautiful out there in terms of art style and story, and even though it might not be an action-packed explosive series, it offers an intriguing plot that will have you watching until the very end. Well, we hope you enjoyed this video and possibly found some anime that you've never seen before. Let us know what your favorite underrated anime is in the comments below. And if you want more awesome top 10 videos, just hit the like and subscribe buttons. See you next time, anime fans!